Maybe it was just a happy coincidence that three of Wyoming's mightiest mountain ranges came together right here at this exact spot. Maybe the bonanza of beaver, majestic moose, roaming black and grizzly bear, ancient antelope, and high mountain elk just stumbled on this lush foliage these mountains created. Maybe the Native Americans and the mountain men who depended on these creatures for sustenance just got lucky. Maybe. But we prefer to think it was for another reason. We like to believe it was to give you a place that would fulfill your need to wander. A place that would ignite your spirit through the power of connection to the land with sights, sounds, and silence. A place that would let you follow in the moccasin-clad footprints of Jim Bridger and Bill Sublette. An unspoiled place of awe and reverence. An undiscovered paradise that would inspire new tales and let you make a little history for yourself. Welcome to Pinedale, Sublette County, Wyoming. A true western town located at the base of the Wind River Mountains, part of the Western Rockies and just across from the unspoiled Wyoming and Gros Ventre ranges to the west. 7 of our largest lakes are created by glaciers and are as perfect as it can get for fishing, boating, sailing, and swimming with sandy beaches just minutes from Pinedale by Scenic Drive.
When I was putting together the centennial history for the town of Pinedale, which was in 2004, what did surprise me was how important tourism was to this area from the very beginning of the town. The town was founded in 1904. And one of the first businesses that was built here was a campground where many tourists that were on their way to Yellowstone would stop and they would camp right here along Pine Creek in Pinedale. And it was initially thought that they would just stay a day, a night, move on. But this ended up being such a good place for them to rest and such a beautiful place in and of itself that many of these campers stayed for a full week. And instead of just being a blow-through town, this became a destination place as early as 1904.
70 miles north as the car drives, you'll find Jackson Hole, Grand Teton National Park, and the one that started it all, Yellowstone. Along the way, take a trip up Hoback Canyon and follow the creek into the mountains to Granite Hot Springs. At the end of the canyon, you will find joy and relaxation with the entire family while soaking and playing in the natural hot springs. As you travel there, the small homesteads and large working ranches will prompt you to stop. Regain your senses by stepping into the heart of the West. Wander along the pathway into true, honest cowboy country. Sublette County is host to one of the longest cattle drifts still alive to this day, a testimony to the ranching legacy of preserving open spaces. Every spring, cows and calves dot the landscape, and most days throughout the month of May, ranch hands, cowboys, family, and friends gather together to brand the calves, true to the code of the West.
Hear my tale, live your truth and never fail to sing your song, dance your jig, plant a garden, raise a pig. Up and down this old world I will travel with my girl, playing, singing every night's where my heartbeat lies. Up and down this old world I will travel with my girl, playing, singing every night's where my heartbeat lies.
Family, friends, neighbors. This is what this grinding is all about in this way of life that we have. It's just good to be in this corral today with all these wonderful people. When we get to the house, the ladies have a wonderful meal for us. There we can sit down and relax, maybe tell some stories, and some are true and some aren't true. But we'll have a good time. This is a good day.
Here you will see wildlife pretty much like the mountain men did in their natural habitat. 7 species of the big game family are seen here in great abundance, from deer, antelope, elk and moose, to mountain sheep, mountain lion, and black and grizzly bear. Hundreds of folks stream to our county each fall for their hunting rituals, sustenance for their family, the same yesterday as today.
What I like best about living in Sublette County is the wildlife. When we have visitors, they get up first thing in the morning and look out our windows to the north, and they see moose and deer and antelope. You wouldn't believe it, but one day my wife and I were walking at the CCC ponds, and there were some droppings on the ground, and my wife said, "Those are elk." And I said, "No way, they can't be elk." Well, no sooner had we crossed the bridge to the parking lot and looked up, there were 2 magnificent bull elk standing there. Fantastic. So, the wildlife here is unbelievable.
Unbelievable in the sense that you can watch wildlife like nowhere else. Bald and golden eagles sail the skies in their undisputed glory, or can be seen right next to the road while feasting. Osprey nest on high posts feeding their young, while sandhill cranes wander on open ranch land and can be heard making their unique calls. Stop at a historic marker, and a nighthawk may observe you as you observe it. Moose can be seen wherever there are willows, like this mother with her 2 calves just born in the lush Daniel Meadows. Let their unorthodox beauty and majesty help you regain your well-being and your peace of mind. Take some time and enjoy creation as it was meant to be. Antelope migrate year after year over their ancient pathways, so close to the road you'll think we paid them to perform. This is the longest land migration route for the pronghorn in the Western Hemisphere, from their summer grounds in Grand Teton National Park to their winter rangeland in the Green River Basin to the south. With a little more patience, elk herds in upper mountain basins can be spotted even with the untrained eye. There are many ways to see our spectacular county. You can head into the backcountry on the back of a trusted trail horse, sign up for a real cowboy experience at one of our authentic guest ranches, or be who you really want to be, a modern-day mountain explorer. Be adventurous and explore these landscapes full of uncharted terrain, reminding you that we are born to be free. Go ahead, lace up your boots, shoulder a backpack, and follow one of our ever-changing trails. It's a mecca for the modern-day mountain explorer. 6 major trailheads span the western slopes of the Wind River Mountains, from the northern Green River Lakes trailhead to the New Fork Lakes, Elkhart Park, Boulder Lake, Scab Creek, to the most southern Big Sandy trailheads. Each are individual yet interconnected and feed into the 100-mile-plus Highline Trail.
You know, I first started coming to Sublette County in 1981, and I came here to backpack and do explore the Wind River Range. The Wind River Range contains 3 of the largest wilderness areas in the lower 48. There's so much to see around every corner at every time of the year, spring, summer, fall, and winter. You cannot use up all the opportunities that are here in Sublette County.
For those of you who would like to explore the Wyoming Range with its myriad of empty trails, head to the west and travel the length of the Wyoming Range Trail on unspoiled paths. Or take your vehicle through Big Piney and head to Middle Piney Lake on good solid gravel roads. Or travel through this enormously beautiful mountain range over McDougal Pass with its untold treasures. Go pitch a tent along Grays River, or reserve one of the hidden Forest Service cabins deep in the Wyoming Range. The fittest can climb the large mountain peaks, Wyoming's highest, with so many peaks to choose from. Others can stay for days with horses, llamas, or just your feet at one of the mountain lakes high in the alpine granite country, forgetting the travails of daily life and regaining your senses.
My granddad, who was an early arrival here about 1910, came as a government trapper. So I spent all my formative years with him in the summer here. We traveled from South Pass all the way up to Union Pass, did nothing but fish during that whole time. He introduced me to fly fishing at the age of about 8, and during the course of our travels throughout Sublette County, he tainted me so bad that I had to come back and live here. What's Pinedale like? And I always like to tell them it's the real Wyoming. Obviously, we're very close to the Yellowstone National Park, Jackson Hole, but I tell my clients if you want to visit the real Wyoming, Pinedale, Sublette County is the place to come.
Do what this local loves to do. Drift down the Green or New Fork rivers while casting a fly and catching the big one. Welcome to the waters of Sublette County, home to some of the wildest trout on earth. String up your rod and reel and go fishing. More than a dozen public accesses across Sublette County make these blue ribbon freestone rivers and streams a fisherman's paradise.
I love Sublette County. I love fishing in here. I've grown up my entire life fishing the waters around here. We've got over 1,300 lakes in the Wind Rivers that you can hike into and fish and explore around. We have streams, the New Fork and the Green River, that are exceptional floating rivers. Take a drift boat down and fish waters that normally you can't wade fish. There's small tributaries that come in all over. Little creeks like Duck Creek and other little tributaries that come into the Green and the New Fork rivers. There's a variety of species of fish. We have rainbows, brookies, cutthroats, brown trout, lake trout, whitefish, variety of different species for all different skill levels too. You can fish the big lakes like Fremont Lake or Willow Lake out of a boat with a downrigger. You can wade fish these small tributaries. Just a great place to come and explore and see what Wyoming's all about, especially Sublette County.
If the exploits of your adventure get too tiresome, head on back to Sublette County's charming little towns, one of which is Pinedale, a true Western base camp for your adventures. Pinedale offers great lodging, from modern to Old West cabin charm with over 500 beds to choose from. Good food along Main Street and close by at the lakes, paired with delis and a great coffee shop, satisfy all palates. The new Aquatic Center is fun for the entire family, and a beautiful library is worth a visit while the youngsters show off their skating abilities at the park across the street. The new Visitor Center boasts a friendly staff that will direct you to the gems our town and county have to offer you. Festivities throughout the year bring color and excitement to the daily routine for those who visit. Join us for the Green River Rendezvous every second weekend in July. Now in its 75th year of continuous celebration, the Rendezvous is a cultural highlight of our mountain man heritage. A 4-day event with a downtown Trappers Row and kids activities, vendors featuring everything from beaver pelts and Indian jewelry to Native American flutes and pottery. Up on the hill, experience the historic Rendezvous pageant reenactment with Indians and trappers, missionaries and whiskey wagons. Let your imagination fly with the mountain man's legacy and follow the Sublette County Historical Society's lectures with authentic modern mountain men historians.
We offer a tremendous amount of history here at the Museum of the Mountain Man, but our primary focus is, of course, the mountain man, the fur trade, and the fur trade rendezvous that took place between 1820 and 1840. With the vast area and rich history that Sublette County has to offer, not only in Wyoming, but across the United States and internationally as well, we have a lot to offer as far as what significance that this role in history played in the expansion of the Western United States.
During the summer, celebrate our ranching heritage with the frequent down-home rodeos. It's always a good way to mingle with the locals and enjoy their passions. On the same grounds, sign up for a pitchfork fondue. The entire family will leave this special dinner set up with fond memories. Saddle a mountain bike and explore the trails, or pitch a tent at one of many Forest Service campgrounds. Spin some new tales at a campfire and let the star-laden heavens inspire your heart.
Sun heating up overhead, blue misty morning, flowers blooming around my legs, the creek beds are flowing, the mountains are growing. The world is alright with me. Yesterday's skies were gray, but today looks bright. I got that blue misty morning delight. Blue misty morning, a songbird waking in the tree. Blue misty morning, her voice is singing out to me. The creek beds are flowing, the mountains are growing, the world is alright with me. Yesterday's skies were gray, but today looks bright. I got that blue misty morning delight.
One of the many ways to explore our county is with a leisurely scenic drive, like the one up to Elkhart Park Trailhead, with unforgettable views into the winds at an altitude of over 9,000 feet. If you still haven't found your spirit in the saddlebag, above the timberline, or along the many waterways, go wild and rev up an engine. There are many Forest Service roads for the four-wheeling enthusiast.
Sublette County has got to be one of the biggest outdoor playgrounds I can think of. We've got mountains and lakes, streams, rivers. We've got hundreds of miles of ATV trails and snowmobile trails. One of my favorite places to go is in the Wyoming range. We go back in about 10 miles and we'll be on Lookout Mountain, or another mountain we call Yamaha Hill, and we can see up to 7 mountain ranges.
The annual historic Pedigree Stage Stop Sled Dog Race uses the Upper Green parking lot every January as a staging ground, with dozens of mushers awaiting their call.
Here in Sublette County, we actually have one of the largest kennels, sled dog kennels in the world. 156 dogs located at Granite Creek. You want to come out and meet them, 156 personalities. You get to drive your own dog team, soak in the natural hot springs, all here in Sublette County.
At our local ski hill, hit some runs and learn to ski. Watch the local kids catching some air, then later on warm up at the fireplace. In February, compete in our local ice fishing derby and pass on new tales about the trophy you caught for years to come. That's all the civilization you ever really need. So hit the trail. Ride a wakeboard. Click a shutter. Saddle up. Reel in the big one. Enjoy thick, blooming mountain meadows. Take a scenic ride and absorb fall colors. Come be a modern-day mountain explorer who yearns for all the wonderment and reverence life can bring. And one who rediscovers the beat of their own heart. Then you'll understand why this place is what it is, and that wild places are not a luxury, but a necessity and our way of life. No maybe about it.